acknowledging that the devil's words were true. The old man took the Bible and tore out the last page as he was told. But when he tried to write, his hands they shook from nervousness, or perhaps just from being old. Fate took pity on the composer, and going gently to his side, offered to write the contract, and the composer nodded his reply. Fate then took the paper, and with bold artistic strokes, put down their agreement, and this is what she wrote. It is agreed upon this night, March 26, 1827, between the undersigned, that the music of the 10th Symphony, composed by Ludwig von Beethoven, firstborn son of Johann and Maria von Beethoven, of the city of Bonn, shall henceforth be the property of Mephistopheles. In exchange, it is also agreed that Mephistopheles and all his minions will remove themselves from the life of the child, presently sleeping in the gutter, directly across from the window of this room. This removal of influence is to be commenced immediately upon signing, and to be enforced for all eternity. The devil read it rapidly, and quickly signed his name. And slowly, without looking up, Beethoven did the same. The devil grinned, a devil's grin, and shoved the symphony over the candle's flames, savoring the fire that would consume it all, forever erasing its name. But when the manuscript emerged from the fire, it was still all quite dead. It wasn't burned or even singed. There wasn't even smoke wafting in the air. Then the devil heard a giggle, escaping from a grinning dwarf, and looking around, saw a faint sun twist, and he beckoned him to come forth. Why is this symphony still here? Why does it not ignite? Tell me you know. What do you know? For if it does not burn, you might. Twist whirled nervously before Satan, but could not hide his delight, as he explained how the music had survived and would live long past this night. The contract says that you now own the 10th Symphony, written by the firstborn son named Ludwig of Johann and Maria von Beethoven's family. Now, a little old fact of history, but I assure you, it's all totally true, that the composer had an older brother who was named Ludwig von Beethoven too. Now, this child died quite young, before our composer here was born. So they named their second son Ludwig also, though you would think the name was getting worn. His older brother lived only days, and now is at rest with God. As to why they named their second son Ludwig too, perhaps coming up with names back then was hard. So according to the deal you signed, if the first Ludwig rises through the coffin boards and writes 9 other symphonies, the 10th one will be yours! The devil's face contorted when he realized had been fooled, and the child outside was safe as well, for the contract's words would rule. The floor opened into an abyss, and the devil disappeared, as outside the storm resided, and the stars shined in the sky now clear. Beethoven stood up in confusion over what had just occurred. He realized the girl and the symphony were safe from what he had overheard. But he asked fate why the devil had not taken his soul to hell.
He never had your soul,
fate said.
It was never his to sell.
But the devil said he owned it. For my sins, that he did summarize.
Well, the devil may have said that,
fate replied back.
But my dear, he's the devil. He lies.
But I was rude and cruel in my life, Beethoven answered with regret.
Yes,
fate replied.
But the devil left out that those actions were often caused because you were deaf. And the pains that you caused in life, you worked twice as hard to undo. And those acts of kindness, even more than your music, that, my friend, is you. It is true that you made some mistakes in life. Sometimes you seemed rude or a fool. But it was always because of your deafness, and not because you were evil or cruel. You went out of your way your whole life to try to amend those you hurt. And when God weighs your sins against your good deeds, the world will be glad of your birth.
And what about Teresa? Is it now truly too late?
You will see her again,
fate replied.
For love, it always waits. She is on the other side of this night, which is closer than it seems. And she will be there by your side when you awaken from your next dream.